What is up, everyone? As y'all can obviously tell, No Shave November is over, which means No Shave November is over. I actually don't. I don't really like shaving anyway in general, but so it's like I technically don't shave like for a few months on end. But I always like to shave in December just to be able to say, "Hey guys, I just finished No Shave November." You know what I'm saying? Actually, I one of the big reasons why I actually prefer having facial hair is because I have a chubby face, and I kind of don't like the idea of like it being all bare. Because facial hair makes a chubby face look less chubby. I can't explain it, but it just kind of does. With that being said, I kind of don't. I'm still undergoing my financial dread, so I am still kind of depressed about that, and because of that, you know, I mean, like thankfully, it's holiday season, so I am getting more hours at my job, and plus, a lot of people quit, so I can, so like I don't know if I'm still going to be getting these hours after holiday season is over, but I'm just here's to hoping because they are hiring a bunch of seasonals and stuff like that, so I don't know yet. Like right now, I'm like I said, I'm hoping that this month is good. And I'm hoping the next month is good. But February is kind of where like I need to be worried because it's like if I don't get the hours that I need in February, that's just like I'm starting to like I am starting to kind of like try to so like I'm trying to figure out what plan B and C and D is going to be just in case things don't go the way that I needed to go because the only reason why I'm here is because I just want to wrestle, man. That's it. I just want to wrestle. That's the whole reason why I'm here. Is because I want to wrestle. I'm literally down the street from where I can train at, and money is so tight that I haven't been able to go. But whatever. I'm trying to keep the faith alive here. With that being said, when I undergo like whenever I undergo like my financial trauma, or whenever I acknowledge it, I'm consistently reminded of what I feel led us here, because there's a lot that I feel led us as a society into where we're at now. It's wild that we could be one step closer to authoritarianism just because we really don't want racists to like just stop having power, you know? And it's just like y'all we can vote these people out, you know what I'm saying? We can get rid of like we know what the problem is now. It's just simply a matter of just getting rid of it. But it's like I honestly believe like when I was growing up in the 90s, you know what I'm saying, like one of the things that really kind of struck out to me, I remember there was this big old narrative towards being an individual, stepping out of like stepping away from the crowd, like thinking for yourself and all this other stuff. And there was this the problem is that like when you encounter a bunch of people who think that that means being cruel and stupid, then it's like they could always lowball their cruelty and stupidity with, oh, you just being mean to me because I'm just being myself. And it's like, no, you're being a terrible person. And it's like, nah, I'm just being a free thinker, I'm thinking for myself, I'm being an individual. And it's like, but you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like being if you had told me as a kid, hey, go out, be an individual, think for yourself, I would assume that that just meant be more creative and question things. You know what I'm saying? But with some people, it was just basically be a jerk, and it's and the problem is that like the problem is that like a lot of those people who believe that being a jerk is the same thing as being an individual, all they did was get older. You know what I'm saying? And like introspection was just like a problem for them. And I say this because I grew up in the South. That was kind of how I was led to think until I started realizing that I was actually hurting people. I was just as annoying and as bad. Like I could have been a right winger. I could have done the whole right wing thing. But the thing that made me realize that it was not right was first off, I realized like the people that I wanted to harm, the people that I believe that I was harming, I was in the same situation as them. So I started to empathize more with them instead of just continuing to join everybody else and be like, oh well, yeah, let's make fun of the poor kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make fun of the poor kid, and it's like, wait, I'm poor too. It's like, let's make fun of the black kid, and I know it's like, wait, I'm also black. It's like, let's make fun of the people who are like, let's make fun of marginalized people, and it's like, wait, I am a marginalized person. You know what I'm saying? It became like, the crowd was being cruel, and it dawned on me like, me and this person, me and the person that they're like targeting for laughs we're in the same situation. And it's like, it's not just me and the person, but it's even the people that are also laughing. It's like, you guys are also broke and black and in a really bad situation. Why are we, like, it became, there was this push towards being a jerk as a way of being different. And the problem is that, like, it was never being different to be a jerk. And I feel like some people just never got the memo or just chose not to believe it. And in the process of them being the way that they are, and in the process of them like doing that, they just said, well, if I'm going to be a monster, I'm going to be the best monster I can be. And all they did was just, rather than realize, wow, this is actually kind of bad and we should probably change how we are because things are rumbling because of it. They just said, well, if we're gonna do this, we may as well go all the way. And the problem is that there is no all the way for cruelty outside of doing the worst things you can possibly think of and trying to make an excuse for it. Like, I didn't hurt anybody. I was doing hurting in this direction and it just happened to get in my way. You know what I mean? It's like, I didn't hit nobody's car. It just happened to be walking in front of it. And it's like, dude, you drove on a sidewalk. It's kind of like that. So, but it all sort of comes from this perspective of, I'm being an individual. I'm being different. I'm thinking outside the box. I'm doing things creatively and differently. And when it's like, I will never believe that cruelty comes from a place of knowledge because, like, there's no smart way to hit somebody with a stick when a stupid person can just also hit somebody with a stick. You know what I mean? So it's like, so it's just like, I believe that, knowledge comes from the idea that people can benefit and everybody sort of helps each other. Like the moment that you got rid of the idea that being, having a community and the idea that you're supposed to like step away from the community mindset and don't help anybody because everybody is just looking for a handout, blah, blah, blah. It's like the moment that you killed the idea of a community, of people who can sort of band together do any kind of situation, that was basically what sort of drove us into where we are now. Cause because there's people who benefit from the community all the time. Like elected officials, they benefit from the community getting together and voting for them. Rich people, they benefit from not from their money, but from their connections. You know what I'm saying? Because rich people don't have to work. Why? Because their connections will always keep them comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people out here who benefit from the community that we're witnessing and like in real time. And we're basically saying, oh, we don't have to, we can't do that because we shouldn't have to. You know what I mean? And it's like, but we should though. Like literally everything that benefits us comes from a community effort or people just trying to do something to improve the community. Heck, here's how you know that you benefit from the community. If you woke up naked in a forest somewhere, how long do you think you would survive for? What's the first thing that you would do? How would you survive in that situation? What would you do? Your answers determine how important the community is for you. Would you call for help? Would you just stick it out? Or would you just die? You know what I mean? Are you that much of an individual that you can just survive naked in a random forest? Because that's the most individualistic thing I can think of. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Because the more I think about it, the more I realize the reason why I'm suffering is because I don't know, I don't know who I can call to for help. And it's not because I'm a jerk and I'm mean to people. It's just because of the fact that I just never thought that I would ever need the help until I realized that everything that I have, everything that I benefited off of is somebody else has at least been in some form of control over. This place that I'm living in right now, I didn't build this place. I'm not a construction worker. I don't if I was homeless, I don't know how I would actually be able to create my own home. All this is a result of a group of community efforts for me to survive as long as I've been surviving. But, But somebody else is gonna come up here and be like, "This is my house now." If something goes wrong in the household, guess what? You're not gonna be like, "Oh, I can fix it." You're gonna call somebody to fix it. So it's not only is it not your house, but you're proving that by doing things in the situation. It's just like the moment that we ignore the fact that everything is a community effort, that was the moment where we just started saying, "Oh, I'm an individual. I can do whatever I want." And I feel like we just sort of need to like come back together as a community. So I'm trying to get back in touch with everybody I used to be friends with, everybody that I know, because you know that that is stronger. A group of people banding together for a common cause can accomplish anything, but one person can't do jack. Um, that was my rants. Y'all be easy, love and peace. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna try to get back in. I'm gonna try to get back in touch with just friends and family. You know what I mean? Because we need that now more than ever. Hope y'all do the same. Love, peace, and happiness. Well, what if my family is a terrible group of people? Then that's why I said friends. You know, but don't just be around people that's gonna just agree with you. Be around people who are gonna keep you humble. But don't be around people that's just gonna hurt you either. Also, thanks for watching my shorts. I really appreciate it. But if you can, just comment and give a brother a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think that I'm funny or whatever, because I'm trying to go viral, and if I go viral, then I'm gonna do like if I already basically said what I would do if I had $1 billion. So if you believe that, help a brother become a billionaire. But seriously though, love, peace, happiness, safety to everybody out there. Y'all be easy.